Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones here in Studio C. All right. If you are new to the page, you already know, hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. First, I want to thank you guys for sharing this page. We are experiencing a good growth. I want to talk about that towards the end and how you guys could help me out further. Okay. But I have no notes. I want to just talk to you guys straight off the dome, as I look like I'm from East LA. All right, to all my East LA brothers. Odale. All right, so listen, let's talk about stocks and crypto for a minute. All right, let's start with the stock market. Man, listen, the yo-yoing that's going on is it's suspect. I'll just put it that way. But we don't operate on that. We have to make a plan. And as you guys, I showed you guys, I'll find it. I posted how much I was up on these quantum computing stock. So I'll find it and edit this and post it, right? And I want you guys to look at it. And I want you to see that even though the market was expensive, and these stocks had no revenue, there was still money to be made. And I have I'm skilled in certain areas, but I'm not skilled in other areas. That's why I have friends that are skilled in the other areas. Follow? And I just accumulated all that. I bring it to you guys so you can make money. And it's time for us to move on from the quantum computing stock for right now. But as you can see, one of them, I was up over 500% before I started taking profits, okay? And so in QUBT, I was up 1,700% at one point. If you witnessed that and you partook on any of these, leave me a coffee cup, okay? I want to continue to lead the people to the water, right? I want to continue to feed the family. So now, I mentioned this on yesterday's video, and I want you guys to understand that we are going into, we just had the banks that gave you their earnings, and some good, some bad. But the big earnings is big tech. When we start getting, NVIDIA, Tesla, NVIDIA, when you start getting the major big tech companies reporting earnings, and if they are good, this overbought market, this expensive market, this low revenue, it doesn't make sense. The PE it makes no sense at all. This market will continue to go up. And understand that will happen. So for those of you that are just stuck in your fundamental training, should I say, you're classically trained, I want you to know that you're leaving a ton of money on the table. That's why we here at Stock Up, we go in, we see opportunity, we execute, but we don't overstay our welcome. And then we take that cash, and then when the market dips, what do we buy? We buy ETFs. And when big tech gets oversold, that's when we go and buy more. And that's the ones that we hold. Remember, the lower you buy, even if it's a stock you're going to hold for years, the lower you buy it, the better off you are. And then there will be hills and valleys. But all the while, if you span out, you'll see that the market was going up. And understand that GDP keeps growing. If they turn on the money printers, we could see another boom in 2026. We could, but we can also see another bust of a bubble. Now, as far as AI is concerned, this is not the same as the dot-com bubble totally. I want to explain that. The dot-com bubble, anything with .com on it, just like anything with quantum computing, just took off, right? If you had a name and it was quantum computing, it took off. And now if it says AI, or they even mention AI, it takes off, right? So it's similar in that way. But there were some great companies that came out of the .com. Google, that literally took off, right? And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to find the next Google, right? We're trying to find the next internet that was good, that came out of the .com bubble that burst. And that's what we're trying to do. And that doesn't mean you put all of your eggs in one basket, but that's what I'm trying to do. I'm going to bring it to you guys. Of course, the people in Money Moves eat first, and I'm going to bring it to you guys. And so that's where I'm focused on. If I had not traded the market that I'm in just one of my portfolios, I would have been out of just under $250,000 had I just been bearish. And this is money that not I made just for myself, but I fed a lot of you guys in these plays. Even when I was called crazy, I was called crazy for getting into these quantum computing stock. They have no revenue. Well, I'm gonna show you it again. Look at that. I'll take that any day of the week. Okay. And so let's talk about crypto. I'm gonna say this. If you started investing in gold 50 years ago, right? And you look at it now, I'm just grabbing something off the top of my head. At some point, you'll say, all I had to do was just buy and hold. Now, I'm not talking about every single coin, but I do want to talk about Bitcoin and then Ethereum after that, and then some of these altcoins. But let's go to Bitcoin. Listen, I'm telling you that these shakeoffs, these liquidations, and all of this, at some point down the road, you're going to realize it was an opportunity. You're going to realize it was a blessing. You're going to realize is all I had to do was accumulate, buy on the lows, even though it keeps going lower. All I had to do was buy and hold. And yeah, you want to set stop losses and get them lower. I get it. But overall, you want to buy at some point and just hold and not worry about the red days. The only thing I worry about the red days is, do I have more dry powder? Do I have more money? And that's not every red day, and that's not every dip. That's some of the big dips, these liquidations. I would love to have a ton of money to go in. Now, I have cash, I have money, I'm doing well, I'm blessed, but I only have a certain amount that I'm putting in crypto. And I have a certain amount that I'm putting into the stock market, right? So that's just the way I operate. And if you're younger, you can have more in crypto and less in stocks. If you're older, it should be the other way around, more in stocks and less in crypto. That's just a rule of thumb that I believe in, but you have to do what's best for you. Please don't fall for any spam in the comment section. Even if they comment on my pinned comment, please never fall for any of that. And I will never DM you. If you're getting DM'd from on any platform, it's not me. You're being scammed, okay? But I just want to say this, and I want you to circle this video or keep this video. One day, I'm going to just talk about Bitcoin, and there's some other coins that's going to follow. You're going to say all of the shenanigans that was going on, all of the insider trading, all of the liquidations, I should have simply been accumulating. One day you're going to say that. And I'm giving you what my predictions are on time frames, 4 to 5 years. And so that's what I meant in 4 to 5 years. I didn't say just take an L and wait 4 to 5 years. People hear what they want to hear. I'm saying all you had to do was accumulate and just be patient. That's what I'm saying, and that's what I believe in. Bitcoin is not going anywhere. When these liquidations happen, institutions are buying more. And so that's what I'm going to say. Now, this is going to be the toughest fight for crypto ever. The toughest. Remember, somebody leave me a coffee cup and say, yep, I remember that, Larry. Remember last cycle. So crypto is basically in a 4-year cycle. And there's 4 phases in crypto: accumulation, markup, distribution, markdown. That's the Wyckoff system. Okay, you can apply that to stocks and of crypto. I love applying that to crypto. Now, what I'm going to say to you is it's a 4-year cycle, and when markdown is coming, you got to see that it's marked down, and you got to make a plan. If your plan is to continue to accumulate, over the next 5 years doing a markdown, then you have a plan and no one can call you a fool. So guys, remember I bought a Bitcoin at like 50 and we were in markdown, right? And no, I sold it. I bought one at, actually I bought it at 55 and it dropped to 50. And I said, we're in markdown. This was 4 years ago, a little over 4 years ago. This was in 2021. This is in 2021, going in the end of 2021, going into 2022, but things were selling off. I bought one at 55 and then I sold it at 50, one Bitcoin. And people were like, you crazy, you crazy. Now listen, I know crypto very well, more than 85% of the people you're talking to. I know blockchain technology. I did deep studies, and for those of you that really want to know about crypto, stock up you, top link below. And I knew, I just identified where we were. So it went down and I sold it. I bought it at 55, I sold it at 50. Larry, you're crazy, people that don't know anything about crypto. Then it went down to 25. And then I said, this is why I sold it at 50. So I liquidated at 50, but we're in a markdown season then. We're not right now. But then I bought back in when it hit 25. So I said, now I could buy two for the price of one. Actually, it was lower than 25 when I bought back in. But my point was, when it hit 25K, I said, guys, if you could count, this is why I sold at 50. Yes, I bought it at 55. You guys remember? And it went down to 50 and I sold it. I says, now I can buy two Bitcoins while we are in the markdown, okay? While we're in the sell-off phase, while we're heading into crypto winter. I want you guys to get a lesson from this. When you got a plan and you know that you know, don't let anybody deter you. So now I bought twice the amount of Bitcoin, entire Bitcoins, for the price that I liquidated one, right? Then you guys saw, I bought some at 19,000, then 20. I bought a full Bitcoin at 19,000, then at 20, and then again at 25. But that was on the way up. All right, it was like 24 or something. And so this is how you accumulate, knowing where you are in the cycle and just being patient. Warren Buffett said this about stocks, but I'm saying it now about crypto. Now, this is Larry saying this about crypto. And I'm going to say this about Bitcoin in particular. Bitcoin is a tool that is used to transfer money from the impatient to the patient. Take that to the bank, good people. Now, I'm going to briefly go into my inspirational. And my inspirational today is about my good friend, my great friend, Kenan Grace. So I just celebrated my wife's birthday as she turned 29 again. And we had a few friends come down, and we're really close with Kenan and his wife. And my wife and Kenan wife's, they have their way that they just connect, right? And so we had a few friends join us. My wife's favorite town is Vegas. Not that she's a gambler, it's the shows that she likes. So so I said, okay, we went to Vegas. I showed y'all in the video. And her favorite hotel, you guys saw it, you called it out, right? We stayed there. And then we saw our favorite band, Earth, Wind, and Fire. And because they sing about love and unity. And that's why I like Earth, Wind, and Fire. All of this, if you really listen to all of their songs, it's about love and unity. And we become friends with those guys, and Ralph in particular. Ralph is my guy. And I'm going to tell you this. Since 2020, I've been watching Kenan Grace, and we became acquaintances in 2021. And Kenan Grace is the most givingest people you will ever meet. It don't mean that you would just come and just ask him for money. Don't y'all ask him for no money, y'all. Don't do that. But he's the most givingest person I know. When he did the event, when we all came downtown California, not only did he give, we raised $30,000, But he spent over $30,000 of his own money and would not take a dime from any of us. I'm talking about Kenan Grace. And this is a law, right? We always think about laws that could be broken, right? If you run a red light, a cop see you, he gonna write you a ticket. Why? You broke the law. But there's laws that are good. And there's a word, I'm not gonna jack it up, right? There's laws that give and it shall be given, right? And that is a law that Kenan Grace is blessed for. And he is the most given. I literally, if we go to a restaurant, I have to run in and give him my credit card because Kenan Grace is going to do it. And not just me, he'll treat anybody who's with me, right? And so it's a joke now. Whenever I go, we were at this restaurant and I was, Kenan Grace gave him the card. I said, no, take my card. And she said, is that your son? I said, yeah, and he's got 9 kids at home. And so now the stories just get wilder and wilder. So we laugh it off. But I just want to say that give and it shall be given unto you. So now while we're making all of this money, what are you going to do? I choose to bless ministries. I bless a lot of ministries, and not just to, get a bigger building or get another Cadillac or whatever. No, I bless ministries that are doing stuff for other people, the less fortunate. That's what I bless ministries with and for. Don't ask me for any money ministries out there. I move when God tells me to move, and I bless people. And I'm telling you that I'm saying this about Kenan Grace. He will always have, because he is a giver. Give and it shall be given unto you. Sometimes I'll randomly go on to YouTube and I'll find people and I'll just cash app them. If I like what they're saying, I'll just cash app. Super chat them, right? I'll just do a super chat. And you guys, some of you guys have seen me do that. I was like, hey, sister, there was a sister the other day. I don't remember her name, but she was literally sounding like me. And I was just like, and I didn't know if she followed the page, but YouTube said, hey, check this person out. I did. I gave a little super chat and she was like, I follow you, right? My story or my point for this story is give and it shall be given unto you. So what I'm saying to you is, once you have money, it's not going to change the nature of who you are. If you're stingy and cheap and you play the lottery, you the lottery playing type, and you win, $50 million, you're going to be a multi-millionaire with $50 million, a cheap millionaire. That's what you're going to be. If you're already a given person, you will be a given millionaire. Now, if God blesses you to have more and he blesses you with an abundance, then you're going to be more of whatever you are. If you're a backstabbing person, if you're broke, you're just a broke backstabber. If you're rich, you're just a rich backstabber. It does not change the nature of who you are. So why don't you work on your nature? Ask God to change your nature and make you a giver. Give and it shall be given. Make you a lover. Make you an optimist. Don't worry about stuff day in, day out. Don't worry about your kids. God's got them. He's going to protect them. Don't worry about your house. Don't worry about your job. 83% of the stuff you worry about day in and day out never comes to pass. So how are you living your life, right? Every single day. So when you wake up in the morning, wake up to be a giver, to be a blesser, to spread love and unity like my guys, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Wake up and say, I'm going to be a positive person today. And just take it like a 12-step plan and say, today, I'm going to change my nature and ask God to help you change your nature. One of two of you know what I'm talking about. Why are you so evil? Why are you so negative? You don't even know. Ask God to help you with that. That's my inspiration for today. All right. I love you guys. We will see you tomorrow and we'll go from there. Okay. A lot of you guys, listen, you need Stock Up You. Use coupon code LEARN, LEARN. It's my Black Friday sale. It's going on right now. Go ahead and get 2023 pricing right now. All right. I love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Live, love, laugh, and learn.